debate/court case of the Sugar Bowl Academy.
Maybe seated. I think we're ready to hear from the affirming side to begin with.
Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, esteemed judge, when we face the topic of arrests and probable cause, it's never one that goes over well. It's a touchy subject for everyone, and yet a necessary one to discuss because of the magnitude of its relevance. This is an issue that affects us all, whether we believe it or not. And yet, because of its complicated nature, it's often hard to choose a solution that everyone can agree on and live with. However, we believe there is a situation that is better and is necessary to provide comfort and peace of mind to every citizen in America. This affects issues of national security, and as such, we cannot leave any shred of doubt, any hole in the plan or weakness in the law. There simply cannot be any room for error where the lives of our great country's citizens are concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, no attack or devastating event comes without warning. Any large-scale event breeds whispers and tip-offs. It's part of its nature. Law enforcement agencies around the country receive thousands of tip-offs daily, and very few of them are ever acted upon. This is because America is hesitant to let them act upon what appear to be little more than rumors. This inaction often ends in tragedy and the loss of American life. For example, nearly 3,000 civilian lives could have been saved on September 11, 2001 if the authorities had acted upon tip-offs related to and information gained from would-be hijackers like Zacarias Moussaoui. We need to allow our heroes in the police force and military the free rein they require to effectively guard our country from disaster. It will avert disaster on a national scale and make our country a place where we can feel safe from threats such as the devil, communists, and terrorism. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that sometimes only a shred of evidence or doubt is all our brave men and women serving receive. And they need to be able to act upon that without having to muddle through red tape or bureaucratic fears. If slowed down by such hindrances, they won't be able to do their job effectively and will be left exposed to the dangers that evil men and women everywhere are waiting to visit upon this great land. Ladies and gentlemen, with the help of our expert testimony, we intend to demonstrate that not only is it beneficial for our law enforcement agencies to be able to act upon any information given, but that it is absolutely necessary. If we don't allow them this, we are tempting fate and mocking the jealous rage of those who look up and see our country in all its glory. If we cripple the efforts of our guardians before their work can even begin, America will be forever lost.
I'd like you to imagine yourself walking down the street, when all of a sudden you're clubbed in the head and thrown in an unmarked van. You wake up in jail with no explanation of why you're there and no idea of what you have done wrong. This is the kind of situation that could occur if it was legal to jail citizens without evidence. A similar situation happened to John G. Wilson of Bluefield County, West Virginia on May 2, 2010. Mr. Wilson was unlawfully detained and brutally beaten by the police. The next morning, he was released from jail and told that if he sought help, he would be beaten again. This blatant misuse of power by the police is what the Fifth Amendment is supposed to be protecting citizens against. Laws were designed to protect people from oppression by the government, and I don't remember voting for a law that allowed me to be jailed without reason. The reason I don't remember is because it didn't happen. These actions are unacceptable, and I refuse to lay down and accept the travesty of unlawful detainment. Now you may say, what if I am the victim of a terrorist attack? Shouldn't the government have the power to stop something like that by arresting terrorists prior to the attack? While this may be true, you need to remind yourself that with great power comes great responsibility. Are you willing to entrust your life and livelihood with every single police officer or government official? The truth of the matter is that man is corruptible. Give a man power he has not experienced before, and 9 times out of 10 he will abuse it. That is why we need restrictions on the power of the government, to control the corruptibility of humanity. So if you aren't ready to make the commitment to trust every single government official to do the right thing, then you don't support the ability of the government to arrest citizens without evidence. If it was possible to arrest without evidence, our beautiful country would be irreversibly changed. Our founding fathers fought for the rights of liberty and freedom. Do you want to take that away by disregarding everything that patriotic Americans have worked for since the birth of the greatest country on earth? I don't think so. I don't think that anybody in this room would willingly fight against the ideals that the United States of America is built on, liberty and freedom. But if the opposing advocates are successful in their endeavor, this is exactly what will happen. I love my country far too much to let it be taken over by governmental oppressors.
Mary? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Webster?
Reverend Paris, what's your position in Salem, and how is it a vital role in the community?
My position in Salem is as a minister of the church. As to my vitality of my role, I attempt to lead the people of Salem on a pure and righteous path. I attempt to keep their lives free of sin and free of effects of the devil.
Now, what would you say your role is exactly against the war with the devil?
My war against the devil, essentially, was to keep those who are still pure and not affected on their path, and to keep them free of sin, and to continue to preach to them the righteous ideals of God.
How do you feel about the persecution of witchcraft in Salem?
I feel that these people deserve their fate. They allowed witchcraft and evil into their heart. They allowed the devil to eclipse their love of God and essentially their religion.
What would your opinion be on arresting individuals in regards to probable cause in situations where the community is being threatened by the devil or other evils?
My concern would be the safety of the community. To allow these people to remain within the community would essentially disintegrate the very values of Salem, which are pure and just. To allow these people to stay in Salem would essentially corrupt those who are still pure and have been unaffected by witchcraft and the devil.